Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and we did it!
Mountain Man.
Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a part-time reseller based out of Montana. That means that I have a day job. I work at a radio station, and I get up very early in the morning, go in there, do my thing, and then when I get done in the afternoon, that's when I get to go treasure hunting, and I go and check out thrift stores and estate sales, garage sales, wherever I decide I can find treasure, buy it at a price that I think is low, and then resell it online for a profit. Now, I do that primarily on eBay, and that's what this channel is about. If you're new to the channel, is sort of teaching you as I learn and talking about the things that I find, the things that I have found over the years. It's a learning channel. It's educational. It's fun-tertainment. I don't know what it is, but you know what? 10,000 of you have decided that it's worth something and is valuable enough to you to subscribe. We passed 10,000 subscribers.
You did it! Congratulations! Great job, everybody. It's great to meet you. Hi.
It's crazy. I mean, I could eventually see it coming, but when we started this channel just a couple of years ago, never imagined. I mean, honestly and truly, never imagined that we would get to that point, that we would pass 10,000 of you who hit that little red button and said subscribe. And this has been such a it's such an incredible journey, and it's going to continue. Julian over at Bearded Thrift Machine said, all right, now on to 100K. I think that's about 10 or 15 years down the road. It's going to be a while. Part-time Pickers hit the 100,000 mark, by the way. Head on over there and congratulate him. That's incredible that he's done that. That's a really cool thing. But here, 10,000. We got it this weekend, and just really appreciate all of you who have supported me, supported my family, supported this business. And it's so great to hear from you when people say, hey, I learned this on your channel, and because of that, I was able to, do this, and I was able to sell something. I was able to, a lot of people have said, hey, I learned about international sales from you, and now my business is expanding. Whatever it is, I hope you've learned something from this channel. I hope it's of value to you, and I'll continue to grow. I'll continue to get better. I was actually chatting a little bit back and forth with Ryan over at Rally Roots the other day. He does this very well, both the business but also the video aspect of this, and so got some tips from him and going to work on over the next little bit improving. I mean, we hit 10K. I need to start getting better at this thing, get you better sound, get you better video, as I can. I do this part-time. I said I did. This is a part-time thing for me, so it is sometimes hard to cram it in and make sure that I do it to the best of my ability, but also in a way that I can fit it and I can make it work. So we're working on walking that tightrope, and we'll see. But thanks to all of you. And actually, I happen to know who the 10,000th subscriber is, because I put it out on my story on Instagram and said, hey, we're at 9999, and all of a sudden we hit 10. I got a message. It was from Art Vandalay, my man Art Vandalay. He has a second account, and it was not subscribed to me, and so he used that and subscribed to me on his second account, and we hit 10,000. So Dan, thanks, man. You're awesome. I absolutely, if you're not subscribed to Dan, go check him out. His videos are so much fun. He's a great guy, and his personality just oozes into his videos, and it's a lot of fun. It's actually pretty late. We were out of town over the weekend, just getting back in, and so I'm just throwing this together because I wanted to say thank you. But I also wanted to mention a couple of things. One is this right behind me. Let me grab it. Now I've got it. See, it's not there anymore. The magic of YouTube. This is our giveaway. Go back on the previous video and look at all the people commenting with the word new, N-E-W. This is for new resellers. We've got a lot of them that watch the channel are newer resellers. People are using their bathroom scales. They're using food scales in the kitchen to weigh their stuff. You need a scale. This is an Accutech. It's a digital scale. It works very well. I use Accutech, and I really like it. It's a good brand. I think not particularly expensive, but they make a good product. And so we're giving this away to somebody. We're not going to do it on this video. We're going to do it, I think, on Wednesday's video. So we're going to give people more time to get in there and comment on that video. We're also going to give away with this. This is it's a set of 3 Scotty peelers. If you don't have these, if you're newer, you've maybe never heard of Scotty peelers, all they are, and you can get a metal one. I actually really like my metal Scotty peeler, but these work really great. It's designed right like there. That's flat, and it will get underneath a price tag, a price label, sticker. That's what I told you. It's late. It's been a long weekend. It'll get under the sticker and pry that off. Now, it often works better if you heat that thing up. So you can get a heat gun. I use a hair dryer. I use Mountain Mama's hair dryer when I need to get those things off. Go across. Don't leave it in one spot, or you can if it's a little plastic bubble window, or if it's got cellophane around it, whatever, so you can melt that. So be careful with it. Be judicious with the heat that you put on. But when you put on heat and then scrape it up with this guy, it actually doesn't leave behind sticky residue, or not that much of it. So the heat gets rid of the sticky residue. This saves your fingernails. It's a great little tool to have in your arsenal. And there's 3 of them because you know what they do after a while, get dull, and they don't have the edge to get up and get under. So if you don't have these also pretty inexpensive, but somebody is going to get them with this for free. Go back to the last video, comment with the word new, and we're going to search for that word, and somebody is going to get this in the mail. Now, we also, 10,000 it's a huge number, right? It's a fantastic number. It's an incredible achievement for the channel. But I've got another one. Check this out. All right, you ready? You ready for this? Here she comes. You remember her? This is Ivy. You remember Ivy? She was sculpted by a man named Tom Clark, and Tom Clark makes, he makes gnomes, little ugly, witch lady gnomes, just sitting on. Not just her. He makes all kinds of them. He's actually got the name back there. He usually puts coins with them, and this is signed by Tom Clark. Now, I got this at a church sale earlier this year. There were 4 of them. I've sold 2 of them already. One of them, for whatever reason, it's actually sitting over there on the shelf. I just didn't list it. It's a little bit bigger. It's going to be kind of a pain to ship. I kind of like him hanging out here for some reason. I don't know. So I have not listed that one, but the other 2 I actually did list. I think I sold one for about $30 and one for $25, something like that. I bought all 4 of them for $20. It said $5 each or 4 for $20. Great deal, all right? So picked them all up. And this, like I said, is Ivy. Ivy is a very early work. This is one of his first sculptures. Most of them have edition numbers and stuff like that. They're limited edition. This does not, because it was very, very early on in his career. This is also very, very rare. And I didn't necessarily know that when I picked them up. I saw them and I thought, those look like something, right? And I don't know. I don't pick up a lot of breakable stuff. But I had a gut feeling about these that they looked interesting enough to spend $20 on. And I'm really glad I did, because if you saw that previous video, I talked about the history of these things. They have sold for as little as like $300 years and years ago. But more recently, when people that know what they have put them up, they realize that they're rare. There are high-end collectors for these. Stephen King actually collects Tom Clark pieces, believe it or not. I believe Barbara Bush did. There are several famous people, but there are a lot of people that collect these. This is a rare piece to find. And so we put it up very high because this is the only one that was available, this Ivy. And so the last sold on WorthPoint several years ago was $2,000. And so I talked about the fact that, hey, I'm going to price it above that because who knows, right? And I got so many people commenting, sending messages or sending an offer with a message saying, you're never going to get that. You're never going to get that price. You're crazy. You're never going to get that. One guy that clearly saw the video sent me an offer of $25 and said, hey, you've got a chance to I know you only paid $5 for it. Here, this can multiply your money and you can move it out and buy new inventory with it. $25. Come on, man. I got an offer of like $10.36. It was weird. More recently, I got an offer of $400, which is still far too low. And I did get an offer of $700. Now, this thing did actually sell I took an offer of $1,500 for this a while back, and the guy never paid. And so she did get relisted, and she's just been sitting there actually in my spare room. I didn't even want to have her out here because I didn't want to knock her over. So she was in the spare room on the bookshelf. This weekend, I accepted an offer on Ivy. For how much? $1,200. 1,200. Lower than what I was hoping for, right? Like initially when I got it. But again, remember, I paid $5 for this. And now I priced it high. It was like at 3,000 something. Because when you have something rare, something unique, something that nobody else has, that you see a history of, hey, this is collectible, people will pay up for it. Price it high. I know a lot of people don't accept offers. You know, I have offers enabled on pretty much all my stuff. Not all of it. I'd say 95% of my stuff. On a piece like this, price it sky high. You never know. Somebody might come in and just hit that button. But enable offers and see what comes in and see what you like. And so I had that offer of $1,200 come in the other day. And I didn't even counter. I thought about countering at $1,500. But I thought, you know what? It's a $5 investment. No reason not to take that, right? It'd be silly to turn down an offer of $1,200. There's not a huge market for this. There's a market, but it's a very niche community. It's a very small market. There's not a lot of people willing to spend more than $1,000 on an old lady statue, right? So I accepted. And then I was worried we were going to go through the, you know what, they didn't pay again. And so we went through the day yesterday and then through most of the day today, and this evening it came through. They paid. They're actually in it after shipping and the sales tax and all that. They're in it more than $1,300. So, you know, and they still got a deal because this is worth, there were two very small flaws right here. There's a little chip, if you can see that. There used to be probably like an acorn or something sitting on that. And then I found another one somewhere on here, another very, very small flaw. So there are flaws. The highest that has sold is 2,000. That one was perfect. It was in beautiful condition. So I actually thought, you know what, even those small flaws, 1,500, 1,600 maybe is what this, you know, is the ceiling for this. So a $1,200 offer. Yeah, we're going to do that. Because we actually pulled the trigger here the other day on a Peloton. I'm getting a Peloton. The mountain man is going to be working to get in shape. I am, you know, a different shape. I'm a much larger shape than I'd like to be. So I'm going to work on getting into a smaller shape. And it's hard to find time to get to the gym. Quite honestly, I've got a bad knee. I've had a bad knee for a long time. I had ACL reconstruction. So doing a lot of stuff at the gym actually inflames the knee. It bothers it, but I still need to do something. I need to get in better shape. So we pulled the trigger. We got a Peloton showing up here in a little bit. Obviously, that's an investment. It's an investment in my health, in my future, but they're expensive, right? And so, you know, we thought, you know what, the money from YouTube last month helped us, you know, is essentially a down payment on this thing. But this will finish paying it off. So Ivy here is buying about half of my Peloton. That is not bad. I turned this into a bike, you know, an exercise bike. That's amazing. So you never know what you're going to find out there, guys. You really, really don't. And sometimes when your gut says, hey, that might be something, if the price is right, feel free to gamble on yourself. You're not always going to win. You're going to lose sometimes. But every once in a while, you're going to find a little old lady statue that's worth $1,200. I'm going to pack this thing up. It's late, so I'm not going to do it tonight. I want to make sure I do it when I'm fresh. So we're going to do this tomorrow afternoon, get this thing sent out. I got to figure out, you know, it's a lot of bubble wrap anyway. I might triple box this thing. I don't know. We got to make sure this thing gets there. It's not super breakable, but it's certainly fragile. So we're going to take good care of her tomorrow and triple box her probably a whole lot of bubble wrap and void fill and anything that I can find to make sure that she gets to her destination in Illinois. It's going to Illinois safely. One other thing, just a reseller tip for you, especially for those newer folks. In the northern half of the country anyway, it's getting colder. It is getting cold. And I work out here in my garage. And so what happens, I do have heat out here, but I don't crank it up, you know, because I'm only out here now and again. So it will get cold out here. And what happens when it gets cold? Well, the tape will not stick. You'll put tape on cardboard boxes and it'll pop right off, right? It doesn't want to stick when it gets cold. Now, that's science. We're not going to, I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy. I'm not going to dig deep into it, but there's actually a liquid component to tape. I know. Google the thing, look it up. It's what the adhesive is. It's what makes it stick. Well, what happens when liquid things get cold? They freeze, and that's why your tape is not sticking to your cardboard boxes. So what should you do? Well, bring your tape gun inside the house, okay? When it gets cold, don't leave it out here in the garage or in your shed or wherever it is. If you work somewhere that gets cold, that gets down to a lower temperature, bring the tape gun inside during the winter. Bring it out with you when you go outside to pack your stuff, and then your tape is going to stick. Maybe bring an extra roll, bring one more roll in case you run out. Have a spare roll in the house as well, where it's staying nice and comfy, cozy, warm, and then you're not going to have to worry about your tape not sticking to your boxes. There you go. Random reseller tip. Guys, I appreciate it. Remember, go back to the last video and comment on there. If you want to win that scale, use the word new. And we're going to draw for that here in the next couple of days. We'll announce that winner on Wednesday. And guess what? We've got another channel. I don't know if we're going to announce. I'm going to check with them. But another channel has seen this, and they want to contribute. So there is another scale coming. For those you stuck around to the end, you get the news. There's a second scale coming. They're going to buy a scale and send it to another. So we're actually going to draw for 2 people. So that is awesome. I'm so excited that they saw that and thought, you know what, I want to help out a newer reseller as well. So we're giving away 2 scales, or we're giving away 1, and another YouTubing reseller is giving away a second one. So be sure to get back and comment on that. More videos coming up this week as things settle down here for me. I actually found some lost footage of a garage sale. It was just sitting on my desktop. I vaguely remember it. I don't remember what we found there. So I'll go through it. Maybe that's what we'll put out on Wednesday is the lost footage garage sale. I don't know. I'll find out shortly before you find out what's on there. But until then, guys, we'll see you. Bye.